You're at risk by what you have revealed.
Yes.
Are the answers that you have given to those questions within the last half an hour true and accurate answers?
Yes.
Are they complete answers?
Yes.
What you're about to hear comes from a sworn deposition recorded in the early 1990s. The testimony contains one shocking allegation after another. And what makes this story even harder to ignore is that he later won his civil lawsuit.
Mr. Lee, do you swear to tell the truth throughout this deposition?
Yes.
Would you please be sworn again by the court reporter?
Do you, Mr. Wesley, swear to tell the truth and the whole truth, nothing but yourself? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
After watching the deposition, I found it difficult to simply dismiss it. Is it real? Or is it an elaborate hoax? Decide for yourself.
Now I'm going to ask you, what triggered the arrival or development or birth of your personality, Wes Lee, in 1974?
I cannot give that information under direct orders.
Orders by whom?
I cannot say.
Mr. DeCamp, would you please instruct your client when he has to answer these questions?
Yes. You're supposed to answer these questions. Does this have to do with Monarch?
Yes.
If I use the code, will that help? Which I just obtained in the last hour. D6413782, program XPY Eagle Alex Hope. Please go ahead and answer all questions.
I was created by a government program,
Which government program?
Monarch.
And what is Monarch?
Monarch is an operation that was created by the United States government to create spies for other countries. They use children for the purpose that they are easily integrated into multiple personalities because they can dissociate. Monarch is a program that is run by Michael Angelo Aquino, who was an Army Reserve colonel at Presidio. He is also the leader of the Temple of Set. He also runs a child daycare center. He also is involved in sacrifice.
Is he employed by the United States?
Yes,
At what facility?
Presidio, California.
Is that in San Francisco area? Presidio
Yes.
Naval Base?
Yes.
Do you know what rank Michael Aquino
He
holds?
was a colonel.
Over the years, his story would be discussed extensively in books and independent investigations surrounding the Franklin scandal. One author, Joaquin Hagopian, describes him as a central figure in the case and recounts allegations that he was subjected to years of abuse beginning in childhood. The same sources also discuss allegations involving prominent individuals, organized abuse networks, and other survivors who came forward with similar stories. None of this proves that the claims are true. What it does show is that the testimony you're hearing did not emerge in isolation. It became part of a much larger and highly controversial narrative that continues to be debated decades later.
Describe the program again, the Monarch program.
Monarch, as I said, was a program that used children to make multiple personalities for future use as spies and as a way to take over the United States government. The personalities were created at the first.
Who was intending to take over the United States government?
I do not know that information.
Did you understand Mr. Aquino to be working on behalf of the United States or against the United States?
I believed he was working on behalf of the United States.
So some segment of the United States was trying to take over the United States government?
The plan that Aquino had in it was he wanted to usher in the Antichrist, which is talked about in the Bible.
Yeah. This was a government-sponsored program.
Yes.
You were 7 years old at the time that you were recruited.
I was actually 3 years old when it first began, but I was not created until later on.
At this point, there's something important to understand. The man giving this testimony is Paul Bonacci. According to Bonacci, Wes Lee was not simply an alias. He claimed that years of involvement in a program known as Monarch left him with multiple personalities, each holding different memories, experiences, and information. Throughout the deposition, Bonacci repeatedly stated that certain details could only be accessed by specific personalities. And when questions turned to the allegations you're hearing now, it was Wes Lee who was brought forward to answer them. Bonacci believed these personalities were created through a process of trauma and dissociation that he said began in childhood as part of the Monarch program. Whether those claims are true remains a matter of debate, but without that context, much of what follows in this deposition makes little sense.
So you were trained actually to be a spy
Yes.
on behalf of the program known as Monarch,
Yes.
for the purpose of ultimately taking over the government of the United States.
Yes.
And the reason that the individuals in charge of the program wanted children with dissociative personalities or multiple personalities was so that they would not reveal the information that they gathered, if captured, in one of their other personas.
Yes, if captured or in any other normal activity.
Were you paid for your work in Monarch?
No.
The people involved in Monarch weren't recruited in the traditional sense. They weren't employees. They weren't agents who signed up for a job. Bonacci claimed they were selected at a young age and subjected to years of conditioning designed to shape their behavior and influence their decisions later in life. The goal, he said, was to create individuals who would carry out specific tasks without fully understanding the larger purpose behind them. And as you'll soon hear, those tasks allegedly extended far beyond espionage or compromising powerful people. According to Bonacci, some were being prepared for positions of influence, authority, and power. In fact, he claimed that he himself was being groomed for exactly that kind of future.
Are you currently controlled by Monarch?
Yes.
Are you fearful of the consequences of what you have revealed here today? Are you fearful that Monarch will somehow, do you feel that you are at risk by what you have revealed?
Yes.
Have you felt threatened in the past by the members of Monarch?
Yes.
And when did you start feeling threatened by members of Monarch?
From the breakdown of the multiple personality system, which happened in 1986, which allowed me to start revealing memories that other personalities contained about abuses.
So once the breakdown started to occur, you became fearful that you were at risk because of that breakdown.
Yes.
Has anyone from Monarch ever contacted you since 1986?
Yes.
Who has contacted you from Monarch?
I cannot reveal that because I do not know what their names are.
They use code names.
Yes.
What are some of the code names that people use?
The Eagle.
What has the Eagle done that has been threatening?
The Eagle makes phone calls that initiate hypnotic suggestive personalities, which are not real personalities, that were programmed in by Monarch. And what these codes that he says to me when he calls make the other personality or the suggestion come to pass, whereas I will do something in that personality and will not remember it at all in any other personality. It will be forgotten, and I won't even have a record of it as myself.
If Bonacci's account is accurate, then the obvious question becomes, who was behind it? Throughout the deposition, he repeatedly claimed that the people involved rarely used real names. Instead, he described a system of controllers, handlers, and coded identities. When asked to identify specific individuals, Bonacci named only a handful of people he believed were connected to the operation. Some of those names would later appear repeatedly in discussions surrounding the Franklin case and the allegations tied to it. Whether those accusations were justified remains highly disputed, but according to Bonacci, these were not anonymous figures operating in the shadows. They were real people with real positions and real influence.
They used us to get what they wanted. Let's
What
say
did they want?
they had a politician who liked girls or boys, men, women. They would get them into a position where they would have a boy or a girl or whatever it was with them. They would videotape it and use it later for blackmail.
Now it sounds familiar, doesn't it? Powerful people, compromising situations, allegations of blackmail. It's the kind of story we've heard many times before, long before Epstein, long before Diddy. What Bonacci was describing was not entirely without precedent. In June 1989, the same year he was arrested, the Washington Times published a front-page investigation into a male escort ring with direct connections to the White House. At the center of the scandal was Craig Spence, a Republican lobbyist who arranged late-night tours of the White House, reportedly accompanied by male prostitutes. Spence boasted of CIA connections and claimed he recorded conversations at his parties to use as blackmail material. He died in November 1989 under unclear circumstances, found alone in a Boston hotel room, dressed in a tuxedo with a farewell message written on the mirror. Bonacci had separately mentioned Spence by name to investigators. Whether the two stories truly intersect remains an open question.
And you recognize and know the members of Monarch individuals who might have been involved in the Omaha area?
I only have a few.
Who are those people?
Bill Clemens.
How do you spell his name?
Plemons. Works off of Offutt.
Is he employed by the United States?
I believe so. I'm not.
Bill Clemens is one of the individuals involved in training children.
He is a controller, yes.
Who else?
Gary Ackerman.
And where does Mr. Ackerman live?
He is a congressman. I'm not aware of where he's from.
You don't know which jurisdiction.
No.
And you're saying that he is a controller and part of this?
He is not a controller. He is a lead of the conspiracy.
He's in charge of the conspiracy.
He's one of the leads of the conspiracy. I am not able at this time to access much more information because of programs that were purposely put into me to... I cannot place faces because they have programs that disallow that. They are simply erased, and they have also used means to insert other names.
Bonacci then named two more sitting members of Congress, Jerry Studs and Barney Frank. Both would become publicly linked to separate documented scandals involving young men during the same period.
Who programmed you?
I was programmed by Monarch.
Who?
That includes psychiatrists from Offutt Air Force Base.
Who is that?
I do not know. They never allowed us to know names except for our direct controller, which was Bill Clemens. I only knew of a Colonel Aquino because I was also involved in the Temple of Set.
When were you programmed?
I was programmed beginning in 1974.
Were you trained in the area of prostitution?
Yes,
And where did that training take place?
Offutt Air Force Base.
And did that also occur in 1974?